Welcome to the May 6, 2025 City of Oshkosh Plan Commission meeting. We're glad you can join us. I see we have a quorum. I have a few housekeeping items to go over before we begin. Please turn off or silence all personal communication devices. The applicant and then members of the public may speak to any item before the Plan Commission when the relevant item to which you wish to speak is called and public comment is open. Unless an exception is made by the Plan Commission, the following rules will apply. The applicant will be given up to 10 minutes to present any information they wish for us to consider. Thereafter, members of the public will be given up to 5 minutes to address the specific item before the Plan Commission. Members of the public may only speak once per called agenda item unless the Plan Commission member requires clarification or wishes to ask you a question. Questions or statements from the audience will not be considered. Only statements from the podium after your stated name and address and within the allowed time frame are taken into consideration. After all community members have had an opportunity to speak on the called agenda item, the applicant will be asked if they have a final statement for the Plan Commission, and then the Commission may take action on that agenda item. The Common Council has adopted rules of decorum for city boards and commissions, including the adoption of a civility pledge. No person shall personally attack a board or commission member, city official, staff, or any other person. No person shall make irrelevant, unduly repetitive, offensive, threatening, slanderous, defamatory, or obscene remarks, or act in such a manner as to disrupt or disturb the orderly conduct of the meeting. This includes hand clapping, stomping of feet, whistling, shouting, or other demonstrations. I thank you all for your understanding. Now on to our agenda, please. Roll call.
Ms. Prom?
Here.
Mr. Rucker?
Here.
Councilmember Bulow?
Here.
Mr. Belville?
Here.
Ms. Davy?
Here.
Mr. Lowenstein? Mr. Bowen? Ms. Shireman? Vice Chair Kiefer? And Chairman Perry?
Here.
6 board members present.
Thank you. I want to welcome Mr. Bulow. This is your first Plan Commission meeting?
It is, thank you.
Welcome. All right. Approval of the April 15th, 2025 minutes.
Move to accept as written. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on this motion? Any discussion? Okay, we can have a voice vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Nay. Okay, the minutes pass. Thank you very much. Item number 1, General Development Plan Amendment and Specific Implementation Plan for an Indoor and Outdoor Contractor Space at 225 East Nevada Avenue. Dan Hickey in Hickey Roofing is the owner, and William Aubrey is the applicant. Have there been any site inspections? Okay, thank you. Those are duly noted for our record. I will accept the staff report as part of the record. Please present your summary.
Thank you. So the subject site consists of 2 parcels, totaling about 5.2 acres in size. The site has frontages on East Custer Avenue, Grand Street, East Nevada Avenue, and Harrison Streets, and the surrounding area consists mostly of industrial uses to the north and east, and residential uses to the south and west. In 2017, a plan development was approved for a multifamily development of 56 residential units on the south parcel, which is the Wade Rug Apartments. In 2018, a GDP amendment and SIP were approved for a daycare and parking and storage facility on the north parcel. However, the approved daycare was never established on the north parcel, and the existing building area remains vacant. Here's a view of the subject site. The applicant is proposing to utilize the existing building on the north site for indoor and outdoor contractor space. Improvements to the site will include rebuilding of the existing 4,000 square foot area on the west end of the building to be used for office space and additional warehousing. A fenced-in storage yard will be added to the north and west sides of the building. The proposed indoor storage and outdoor storage land uses are not permitted in the UMU district. There was a Plan Commission workshop held in 2023 with Plan Commission voicing support for the proposed contractor space use for Hickey Roofing. Staff is supportive of a BSM to allow the indoor and outdoor contractor space as it is compatible with surrounding industrial land uses and is consistent with the historical and industrial storage use of the property. The site currently has 2 driveway accesses to overhead doors from East Nevada Avenue. here and here, and also has an existing access from Grand Street to the existing shared parking area and an overhead door. The applicant is proposing another access to the site along Nevada to a new parking area, and will also have access to the storage area. The outdoor storage area will be screened from public view with 8-foot tall slatted chain link fencing. The plan shows 6-foot tall solid wood fencing extending into the front yard area along Harrison Street. So BSM is needed to allow the proposed fencing, as code limits fencing in front yard areas to a maximum height of 4 feet and must be a maximum of 50% opaque. Staff is supportive of the BSM to allow the fencing application as it significantly exceeds the front yard setback requirement and will not be closer to the street than the neighboring Whitworth apartment building to the south. New parking spaces in the parking area, in addition to existing spaces in the shared parking area to the south of the building. Meets the requirements of 1 space per 2,000 square feet of storage area. So for landscaping, the paved area requirement is being met, and the applicant is providing arborvitae trees around the storage area, as well as along the parking lot. And the yard landscaping is being exceeded by it's about 14 times the requirement for yard landscaping. So that additional landscaping serves to offset the BSM requests, as well as further screen the storage area from the surrounding area. So here are the north and east building elevations. The north elevation has 5 existing openings on the western portion of the building being reopened for new overhead doors. No changes to the east elevation. For the south elevation, on the western portion of the elevation, the existing pump room is being removed, and an existing opening will be filled with matching brick veneer, and all other areas where the room was removed will be filled with brick to match. The west elevation, the existing open end of the west elevation will be filled with a new wall with new metal wall panels, new overhead doors, and new vinyl windows. So code requires alterations to existing buildings to match and be substantially similar to the existing building design. The proposed renovation will utilize brick and brick veneer and metal panels, which are consistent with existing building materials, so they are compliant with the design standard requirements. So with that, staff recommends approval of the GDP amendment and SIP with the findings and conditions listed in the staff report.
Okay, thank you very much. Plan Commissioner, are there any technical questions for the staff? Mr. Bulow.
Can you pull up the picture that showed north and south, the properties? The 6-foot BSM that you're talking about, it's in between the properties, it's not along the roadway, correct?
Correct, yes, it's between the two properties, kind of running along this south property line of the northern site.
Okay, thank you.
Any other technical, Ms. Prop?
I was over there, and those 2 column circles are retention ponds, right?
Correct.
And so this parking area is east of those and adjacent to what's going to be the new building, the rehab building.
Correct.
And that's all for the storage, all for the contractor.
Yes, employee
Okay.
parking.
And there's no no change to the shared parking, or maybe it's just resident parking right there?
So the shared parking, which will kind of be addressed in the next item as well, there will be a shared parking agreement which will need to be executed and filed with the Register of Deeds, but the north site for the contractor space will utilize these 14 spaces. I believe there's 25 spaces along the southern end of this parking area, which will be used by the weight rug tenants.
Okay, thank you.
Any other technical questions for the staff? Okay, I'm seeing none, so I will allow public comment and open the public comment period. And if the applicant is here and they so choose so, they can make a statement at this time. Does the applicant choose to make a statement? No. Okay, thank you. I will open this for the additional public comment. Is there any members of the public that wish to speak on this agenda item? Any members of the public that wish to speak on this agenda item? Okay, I'm seeing none, so I'm going to close the public comment period. We don't need a closing statement from the applicant, so Plan Commission, the action is upon you.
Motion to adopt the findings and recommendations as stated in the staff report.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on this motion? Ms. Prop?
I have a question about what is going to be in the outdoor storage. Can we ask the applicant?
Sure.
You need to go up to the microphone, please.
Dan Hickey with Hickey Roofing, the address of our building.
No, your address, your home address.
My home address. I think the building addresses or Hickey Roofing's address is on everything. Anyway, 2600 Shorewood Drive, Oshkosh, Wisconsin, 54901. The outdoor is mostly going to be because we have a dumpster that is continuously filled with debris that is going to be unsightly.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise we do have a couple dump trailers that we'll put in there. Otherwise there isn't really a ton that will be out there.
Okay, so not a lot of equipment or anything, it's mostly. the
Nope,
dumpster.
yeah, our equipment should all stay inside. Vehicles will all still be inside. So yeah, the only thing that we can really think of as of now, unless we collect more things,
Okay.
because we have more space.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Any other discussion on this motion? Ms. Prop?
I just have a comment that the Waite building is such a wonderful example of rehab. And this particular building right now is the definition of an eyesore. And so thank you. Thank you for cleaning that up and making it look good. I appreciate that.
Mr. Rucker?
Thank you. Do we have a daycare that is signed up to be part of this process? Or is it just kind of like, we
No.
want to do that?
Unfortunately, no. Ms. Davy?
I just want to second Kathy's comments about, I drive by there every day, and it's not pretty. So thank you for improving the whole area there.
Our shop is a block down the street.
You see it too,
Thank
you're
you.
going to fix it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Any other discussion on the motion? All right, I'm seeing none, so Plan Commission, we're going to have a roll call vote.
Ms. Prop?
Aye.
Mr. Rucker?
Aye.
Councilmember Pulo?
Aye.
Mr. Belfeld?
Aye.
Ms. Davy?
Aye.
Mr. Lowenstein?
Aye.
Chairman Perry?
Aye.
Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you. Item number 2 is a specific implementation plan amendment for parking modification 300 East Custer Avenue. The Oshkosh Housing Authority is the owner and Dan Hickey is the applicant. Have there been any site inspections? Thank you. Those are so noted for the record. I will accept the staff report as part of the record. Please present your summary.
Thank you. So this is the same subject area as the last item, only the southern site of the two parcels. So there are no changes being proposed to the existing use of the site, which is a 56-unit apartment building. The north site, as noted in the previous item, is being proposed to be converted to an indoor and outdoor storage use, and the applicant will no longer have access to the north site for parking needs for the Waite Rug tenants. Code requires a minimum of 1 parking space per dwelling unit plus 1 guest space per 4 units, resulting in a minimum of 70 parking spaces for the site. So the loss of parking access on the north site results in a total of 52 remaining spaces to be utilized by the south site for Waite Rug tenants, including 25 existing stalls in the shared parking area on the north site. Due to site limitations, staff is supportive of reduced tenant parking for the Waite Rug site. However, staff is recommending that at least 1 parking stall be provided per residential unit. There is on-street parking available along East Custer Avenue to accommodate guest parking. The applicant is proposing to relocate the garbage truck turnaround located on the, kind of the south end of this parking lot to the northern side of the parking lot, and that will allow them to place 3 parking stalls here and they are swapping out the location of handicap stalls to add an additional parking stall here, so it results in 4 parking spaces in this area for a total of 56 parking stalls on site, so it's 1 per unit. An additional 160 square feet of pavement is added to create this last parking stall. They're still under on the maximum impervious for these sites. So staff is supportive of the parking modification as they will still have 1 space per unit for the site. So with that, staff recommends approval of the SIP amendment with the findings and conditions in the staff report.
Thank you very much. Plan Commissioner, are there any technical questions to the staff? Mr. Lowenstein.
What are the size of the apartments in that complex? There's 56, are they 1-bedroom apartments?
I think the applicant might have that information.
I didn't hear that question.
I was just wondering how many bedroom apartments they are with 1 stall?
They're 1 and 2 bedrooms.
There are 2 bedrooms there.
Any other technical questions for staff? Okay, I'm seeing none. I'm going to open a public comment period. Request a statement from the applicant if they so choose. Does the applicant choose to make a statement? Okay, thank you. Is there any additional public comment that wishes to be made? Any member from the public wish to speak on this agenda item? Any member of the public that wishes to speak on this agenda item? All right, I'm seeing none, so I'm going to close the public comment period. We don't need a closing statement from the applicant unless they choose. So, Commission, the action is upon you.
Motion to adopt the findings and recommendations as stated in the staff report.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on this motion? Any discussion on this motion? All right, I'm seeing none. Let's have a roll call vote, please.
Ms. Cronk?
Aye.
Mr. Rucker?
Aye.
Councilmember Bulow?
Aye.
Mr. Belleville?
Aye.
Ms. Davy?
Aye.
Mr. Lowenstein?
Aye.
Chairman Perry?
Aye.
Motion carried 7-0.
All right, thank you. Item number 3 is a public hearing. Amend Chapter 27A, Section A, 10.2 of the Municipal Code pertaining to pedestrian malls within the City of Oshkosh. The City of Oshkosh Department of Transportation is the applicant. Since there are no site inspections, I'm going to accept the staff report as part of this record. Please present your summary.
Thank you, Chairman. Okay, so just for a little bit of background information, as if you guys have read the staff report here, I'm just going to go through it. In 2023, the City of Oshkosh, through the Transportation Department and the Department of Community Development, applied for a grant through the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation for the Community Development Investment Vibrant Spaces Program. This application was completed on behalf of the Downtown Oshkosh Business Improvement District, the BID, and that application described the desire to activate a specific alleyway on Algoma Boulevard that is located in downtown Oshkosh. The grant was accepted, and Oshkosh was awarded $32,750, and the bid contributed a match amount. Most or all of that money will be used to activate that alleyway. So the existing alleyway has been a public right-of-way and public property, and public utilities are located underneath the surface, but in order to properly utilize that alleyway as desired in coordination with that awarded grant, the text amendments that are before you are required in order to designate that area as a pedestrian mall. Every pedestrian mall has unique characteristics, making it necessary to provide certain regulations within the ordinance for each of them. And so the ones that are before you today are going to include the addition of that specific alleyway along with some other edits within that entire section of the ordinance. So here you can see we're just adding a paragraph to better clarify which section of drive aisle is designated at this specific pedestrian mall. And here we're adding a paragraph to better clarify that the pedestrian mall by Elmwood Avenue is closed to all vehicular traffic except for authorized maintenance and emergency vehicles. And then the one that I just kind of gave you some background information on is the new one, which is to add this entire section C to the ordinance to designate the Algoma alleyway as a pedestrian mall and state that the regulation, what the regulations are pertaining to it. And just for reference to, I did add here a photo. This is the alleyway that we're speaking of, the ones that have had some recent murals installed and stuff. So there's plans to do more there apparently. But again, these are the language for the ordinance, I guess. That's before you.
Okay, thank you for your report. Plan Commission, any technical questions to the staff? Councilmember Buell.
You don't see any hazards with that being a pedestrian mall and having delivery vehicles parking or driving in there? Because I know there's a lot of businesses close by.
It says that delivery vehicles which shall be permitted to park or temporarily for the purpose of and when actually engaged in delivery of goods are going to be allowed in there, but that's the same as what currently happens. It's my understanding.
Ms. Davy.
I think you have emergency vehicles there twice. I don't think you need the second one. If you look at the second bullet.
Oh, yeah.
Authorized maintenance vehicles and emergency vehicles. Yeah, that might be a typo or
Definitely redundant.
definitely redundant.
And
Yeah, that
repetitive.
is a typo.
In the red line in here, it does not
It's-
have that.
Right, it's right in the ordinance, so,
I apologize.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, my God.
Good catch though, Margie.
yeah, quick,
She's a
wow.
good editor.
Thanks, Carl.
Any,
It's right in the actual document, yeah.
Okay.
any other technical questions for staff? Mr. Bellevue.
What about the businesses, like the owners coming back there to drop things off? And there's a couple back doors there.
Same thing, it's for
Oh.
normal delivery,
Okay, great.
yeah.
Any other technical questions?
Do you want to add anything, Justin? Okay, sounds good.
No other technical questions? Okay, we'll have public comment on this as well, and I'll open the public comment period and ask if the city would like to make a statement. It's not required, but I will ask. Okay, the city is moving. Is there any other member of the public that wishes to make a statement on this agenda item? Any member of the public that wishes to make a statement on this agenda item? Okay, I'm seeing none, so I'm closing the public comment period. We don't need a closing statement from the applicant, so Plan Commission, the action is upon you.
Motion to adopt the findings and recommendations stated in the staff report.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on this motion? Ms. Prop?
Let's just say that alleyway is a work in progress. If it's going to be engaging to the public, you know, there's a lot of mechanicals and stuff that might have to be screened, I don't know. But also, this is a tangential thing that we can't act on. But I hope that the murals, which I don't object to, that were painted are not painted with inappropriate paint on an historic building. And I sense that they might be, which makes their building not as historic. But anyhow, I'm in favor of this motion.
Okay, any other discussion on this motion? Ms. Davy?
I think the photo is showing blacktop asphalt for the alleyway. That's not brick, right?
Does it, you talking about the
The
pavement?
part you would walk on, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like asphalt to me too.
Okay.
I would
I
agree.
didn't actually go down there and look.
I can't say for certain, but it looks like asphalt to me.
Thank you.
Councilmember Buell?
I just love the city beautification part of this. This is not ever going to be, as Ms. Prop mentioned, the most beautiful area with things that have to stay there, but I love that we're making the attempts that we can, where we can, to make it, beautification matters as well.
Any other discussion on this motion? Okay, I'm seeing none. Let's have a roll call vote, please.
Ms. Prop?
Aye.
Mr. Rucker?
Aye.
Councilmember Buell?
Aye.
Mr. Belleville?
Aye.
Ms. Davy?
Aye.
Mr. Lowenstein?
Aye.
Chairman Perry?
Aye.
Motion carried 7-0.
Okay, the last item on the official agenda is adjournment.
Move to adjourn?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Does anybody want to discuss adjournment? Hey, we can have a voice vote. All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Nay.